Alright, so this is another session for 0 to 30. I just recently got Firebug up to level 30. We're on Hell on Earth. I was just did a little warm-up run on Hell on Earth with the Commando since I haven't played the Commando in a while. So the first things first is that I do actually want to try to test something out with Imram or with the engineer perk in general. Take advantage of the increased AoE for the grenades, but I also want to take advantage of the. I do want to test one thing that kind of caught my attention was the fact that the G33 does cause self-damage, doesn't matter what ammo type it is, but I specifically want to look into biological damage specifically because I found out that I was wrong about the grenade launcher preventing self-damage. It was actually the ammo type that actually did not cause self-damage, which in retrospect I assumed it was the bio grenade, which again is what I primarily used for Hell on Earth in the beginning of playing KF on the Commando, perfectly fine. But then when I tried running acid rounds on the Commando, obviously I was getting self-damage. So I do want to see if this also works for Imra or the engineer, because I feel like the engineer would be good to use in terms of making use of the G33 more than the Commando. But that's why I wanted to record this and also want to hit level 24 for the engineer. And so this would actually be a good test because I also want to kind of just mess around with the engineer more and get more levels for him. Sewers is a bit weird for me because I primarily do like playing sewers, but honestly sewers was a bit tougher for me to kind of get a feel for in terms of like kiting on Hell on Earth, because obviously Hell on Earth intensifies the spawns as well, and it makes it a bit difficult for you to kind of makes at least some distance. So that's what I do want to kind of mess around with, because Hell on Earth was actually one of the later maps that I wanted to do Hell on Earth on, because I wasn't too sure about my routing and spawns and all that, and making sure where I won't get surprised by anything. So that's why with Hell on Earth I was kind of skeptical about running Hell on Earth with the engineer so early on as I did. I know there's gonna be another scrape. Will you Nope. She'd still yelled, okay. Yeah, I do believe I did set myself back in terms of dodge for this wave, but oh wait, no, I think we were good because I think the CSG with these upgrades is close enough. So we have increased ballistic damage as well, which is handy, but we don't need to focus on that. 3750, so we don't need to really focus much on that since we do want to make use of the G33 and its potential. Like this, it says it does the most damage out of all of them, but the issue is that it only applies it most likely through the actual dot damage. So you're getting 416 dot damage or 417 dot damage per tick. So if they're sitting in it, so to say, and like as you can see, like it applies Enfeeble. Enfeeble, as far as I can understand it, is that Enfeeble is more primarily a CC and a slow as well. And so having a CC and a slow in KF is pretty handy. So that's why for me, I always prioritize having some sort of status on a application onto the Zeds. So if it's enfeeble, like it's my go-to. But if it's like acid or shock, like you know, the ninja's gadget is already shock based, so it's no big deal. It's better to just amplify that rather than anything else. While Soundwave itself, to me, it's confusing because Soundwave seems to be more like just a fancier term of explosive damage, and that's something that I do want to kind of like figure out how that works because it's very random in my opinion. So it's very interesting that out of all of the other grenades, that the biological, the bio grenade launch, the grenade itself, grenade type, is more effective upon the commando as far as I can tell. Sirens, Gorefast, like any groups of them usually are effective. Like if I should be able to one-shot the husk with the grenade, but it seems like it does not seem to apply as much in comparison. P3 is that like it shoots as fast as you can fire it, which I love with pistols. I love spamming pistols, especially with the Brimstone. I realized with the Brimstone's pretty wacky when you put it in single fire. So, ew, hey. Although I will say the one downside with the engineer class is the fact that you don't really have any good reload skills, letting them dwindle their health through dot damage primarily, and you just feel more. It just feels a bit smoother that way because it makes things easier to kite, and obviously if you get caught out, most likely the smoke grenade itself will save you first than anything. So it's a good thing, especially on the commando. But we're playing engineer. I do kind of want to do a bit of a rerun with the commandos Hell on Earth videos because I felt like using the G3 felt like a bit cheap, but not really. I mean, it's better than using the Vulcan, but using the other different ammo types would be very interesting as well. But it's very, so to say, it's I would then just go straight for the Artemis rather than, you know, the G3 for my primary weapon of use, since the Commando Storm, not the Storm Guard, was it the Storm Guard? Well, the Storm Guard, yeah, it is the Storm Guard because it's the Knight's Bridge that is the fourth tier. Ooh, this will be good. Oh wow, that actually worked out a lot better than I thought. Oh, that's bad news, actually. Yeah, so I might have to rethink about my idea with the G33 because this not having ammo is pretty no bueno. Not good, not very good at all.
Needs more development.
So we could switch over to the Artemis, or we could have the Artemis as a backup, but honestly having a backup weapon would probably be ideal. When I let them get sucked in and then worry about everything else later. Oh, my fan didn't the fan didn't get destroyed this time. Toss you. Another one. Good choke point. Good choke point. The one thing I'm worried about is because the Scrakes can grab you from when they're up there, which makes things a very awkward situation. We have 25 left. I don't have to rush anything. We only have 2 mags. This is gonna be a stretch. We'll see what happens. If I don't miss all my shots on that, that would be great. I think the trade is right here too, so it's fine. That was close. Yeah, no, I need ammo. Whatever. Okay. I mean, we got this. It's no biggie, no biggie. Fire damage does work on her, but we do have freeze instead of fire. But is she below me? She is below me. Ah, okay, I'm hitting myself with that one. Honestly, anything that does AoE is pretty much handy for Miss Crawler over here. It will suck if we lose this, but I doubt it. I'm killing myself with these. I don't know why the timer doesn't make any sense to me. Why it does that? Like there's nothing there, but they still hit me somehow.
Okay.
And I don't want to get self-damage like that because of the big AoE, but the 80% damage reduction is good. That range is ridiculous. Not like, oh, it's unfair ridiculous. It's just crazy that even when you try to dash or move away from it, it still gets you. Like, what is that? Hey, what is that range, man? Is she stuck? Is she really stuck? She is stuck. Here. We'll take advantage of this, I guess. Grenade. Just playing Ring Around a Rosie. Because she when she pops up, she literally just only goes one way. Okay, well, except for that. I don't know why. Okay. Prove me wrong, queen. You go, girl. Really? She's not going into her portal yet? Oh, well, she was about to. So, I guess that's a win? So now we're officially two more. Wait, 24, 26, 28. Wait, no. Yeah, so we're on the last tier now. I don't know why. I couldn't even do simple math. The G33 as much. I would more prefer it as more of a secondary than a primary, because the engineer doesn't even have any increased ammo capacity. So I'm gonna do what I usually normally do anyways. I'm just gonna run this route again. And I do want to make sure that I have most of the things opened up already. But really, if I can go into the areas, then I will. But I'm going to try to see how fast this can go. That was a lot of red hit markers, meaning I hit a crit spot. But I did not see any crit spot or that many of that number go down that fast. Okay, she doesn't break it. Thank goodness. I thought if the siren broke it, I'm gonna be so mad if she breaks it. I really do like the Dragon's Breath. It's very weighty to what it does, but the only thing that sucks is that there isn't that many beam weapons. I think the other beam weapon in the game is the medic one, and I do want to try that one. Here, let's just activate that. And hopefully the Scrake does not spawn over there, because he just spawned. I think he just destroyed the fan. Here, have some Slugma. Okay, so plan is, Ifrit is the all-rounder, take care of the trash Zeds and the bigger Zeds too. I want to get this. because we are more effective with beams. I do want, maybe next time I might test out how the medic beam weapon works. Actually, wait, maybe I could try it next round. Okay, well.
Do you even know what you're doing?
Alright, Scrake. And that's the one thing I really am not, like, I'm worried about, but at the same time, not as worried about. Because the ammo efficiency will definitely be beneficial on the, you know, engineer, because I feel like it'll feel much better that way.
Ew.
Here, I want to throw that there. That was a waste. Okay. Because the thing is though, whenever a siren does activate their scream, the issue is that after you do your execution and they're in the middle of the scream, they will down you. It don't matter where you're at, like they'll just still do it. They'll just still scream. Oh, that was not the fleshman I was looking at. Who was I looking at? A Gorfast? He's blocking his face. Doesn't classify that. Ow. Okay.
That's more like it.
Another. Okay, yeah, they're cutting me off now. I heard that.
Excuse me, madame. Correct operation.
Open this door. Oh my god.
Like I can take on the world.
Holy shit.
Make me in a gun. Efficiency. Thy name.
What the fuck? That whole thing was just a death trap right there.
Never.
It canceled out my... Oh my goodness, that canceled... That was terrible. That made my heart jump for a bit. I was like, what is happening? Because I did not expect them to just jump me like that. Especially the Skrakes running around like that was kind of terrifying. I mean, this is more damage.
Trinipod, you're a light.
Of course, it's the Impaler. I want to see. Okay, actually, I do want to see the damage output on this medic beam. Even though it's a, I completely forgot I named it this. That does nothing. Oh wait. No, that's healing. Oh no, it's doing damage. It's doing damage. Kind of. I mean, it's not that great damage, to be honest. Yeah, no, the medic weapons are kind of weak. Not gonna lie. Here, have a grenade. Why not two? Make it three. There we go. Alright. we're good to go. Alright, level 24. This one's, well, I mean, we're halfway through 24. We're pretty much at 25 now. But we are cruising along now on Hell on Earth, which is a surprise to me because out of all of the other perks, Engineer has been the smoothest one so far for me. Perfect. So there's our build at the moment, current build at the moment. So having the recharge rate will be handy, and then keeping the tool would be helpful as well. But anyways, this was the end of this session of 0 to 30. So I'm hoping, like, if we keep getting all these wins, I feel like most likely we'll probably finish it up within like 15 hours or so. So roughly it will take like 15 hours to reach level 30 if you do it the way I did it. But anyways, so that was 0 to 30. We reached level 24. Hopefully next time we reach 20, well, we'll most likely reach halfway through 25, but it's gonna start being more of a climb afterwards.